Hello everyone, I'm Connor from Project Heroes, and today we have a bit of a different video, bit of a channel update, which is something that I haven't actually done yet that I can recall off the top of my head. About the closest things we probably have was the Let's Relax videos that I did early on. That aside though, there are a couple things I want to talk about. One of them is a big announcement for the channel, and the first thing though is in regards to the public Discord server, which has been, I think I mentioned it a couple times during the Project Wingman playthrough, pretty much for those who don't know what's been going on with that, or those who probably haven't watched the series and hasn't heard of me mentioning it before, which, to be entirely honest, I can't remember if I have or not. Pretty much what happened was, I think a month or two ago, we had a viewer comment asking what our Discord was, because he wanted to possibly join, which is great, and I would love to be hosting like public events like that. However, because that is a private our Discord is a private Discord server, we don't have a public one. We would have to make a public one to be doing that, because there's a lot of, on our private one that we use for videos right now, there's a lot of stuff that's, personal that we talk about and whatnot, just things that we don't really want the public to look at and see, internet safety and all that. Pretty much, we've talked about it quite a few times now, between me and some of the guys, and what we decided on is we're not really ready for a public I have a slow trigger finger, apparently. We aren't ready for a public Discord server yet. Pretty much, and what it boils down to, there's a couple of reasons behind that. First, the big one is the fact that none of us really have the time to be doing it. I do YouTube full time. I don't make any money off of it. As it stands, and that's actually something we're gonna talk about here in a bit. I'm doing YouTube full time, and just to kind of build the channel as quickly as we can, and that, and just doing that, between doing that and the other things that I do just outside of YouTube, I don't get huge amounts of time to be on Discord moderating a server myself, in which case I would be relying on the guys to help me out. However, they are even more busy than I am, and that, so it's like Mikey is full-time in the Air Force, and he's actually the most available to be recording videos, because he works in the morning rather than the afternoons. Will and Caleb both have jobs, and Will also goes to college, so he's busy kind of year-round, and I think he's also doing like summer courses as well, so it's like he's always busy, which is why you only see him in Mech Warrior and a couple of other things that we are able to record on Friday. Okay, that's not great. That was not ideal. Trying to focus and talk about this stuff at the same time is very, like, not working. So in regards to a Discord server, pretty much what it boils down to is we don't there isn't enough reason for us to be opening up a Discord server right now, because we just don't, the guys don't feel like we have a big enough subscriber count to really be worrying ourselves about a public Discord server that isn't going to have a lot of people on it. And they just don't feel like it's going to be entirely worth their time to be moderating a server that only has, out of 122 subscribers as of recording this, I don't expect every one of you to hop on the Discord. If we hypothetically did make one, I would estimate we'd probably at most be having 50, 60 people to be starting out with, which might seem like a bit for starting out at our size, but to be honest, the guys just don't feel like it's worth the time. So it's one of those things that I kind of wanted to do, but at the same time, I can't be forcing them to moderate something that they're not going to be very enthusiastic about, so I'm not even going to bother forcing them into that, or trying to convince them. Now, if you guys really do want that Discord server, I was talking to Will about it. What he told me is, I think if we got like somewhere in the realm of, I think it was something like 200 to 500 subscribers. I think it was probably like 300, 400 subs, some bigger number than what we have right now. He would consider leading an admin team for it, or helping me work on an admin team for it, for a public Discord. And at that point, he said, at that subscriber count, he said it would be more worthwhile to be doing something like that. And I do agree with him. So that's where we're at with the Discord. So if you guys really want it, it always helps to like and comment on our videos. It lets us know that you guys enjoy that content. It helps the algorithm. But to really convince the guys, if you haven't already, subscribe, and that will help us. That would help me be able to pitch the idea better to the guys. Say, hey, we have a lot of people that want this. Let's do it. It would make it more worthwhile for them. And my phone is going off. I hear. There's another plane around, but I can't figure out where it is. Oh, that's probably him right there. So, more subscriber count is important right now. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. And on top of that, if there is anyone, a friend, family member, that you think would enjoy our content, feel free to tell them. Even just mentioning us in conversation would also be nice. That spreading our name by word of mouth would be a big help. I just been shot by some. Wait, what just shot me? Oh, isn't that lovely? What are you? Oh, that's a KV. I'm not. Let's get out of here. Anyway, so that's where we're at on the Discord server. In the future, we definitely think it would be worthwhile, but at our size right now, we don't think it is. The second thing, though, that I did want to talk about, and this is the big thing, is I am happy to announce that we are opening up a Patreon account, a Patreon page. And hopefully that should be uploaded. That should be published by the time this video is up. So by the time you're watching this, hopefully I will have a link in the description where you can go, where it should bring you to our Patreon page, and you can pay us. Right now we only have one tier right now. It's called the Locust Swarm. Pretty much what it is pay us $2.50. And Jesus Christ. Keep that thing away from me. $2.50, and what that gets you is access to exclusive content, which includes, you know, background, behind the scenes videos from our work with, you know, live stuff, like the video documentary that I've mentioned time and time again, which is a big project that we sadly have had a few hiccups with, but is indeed slowly being worked on. Well, here's my death. Yeah, it's slowly making progress, and we do have a lot of bloopers for that we love to show you guys. Particularly the one where Greg is taking up the camera in front of Nacho, which is great. Anyway, yeah, so you get exclusive access to those behind-the-scenes cuts and bloopers from our games like War Thunder. I have a lot of clips. I usually get, on our longer recordings, a lot of clips where we are playing a certain vehicle. I get a lot of clips where I can't fit in all the funnies in the video because there's just so much footage. And I try to keep videos short, longer than 15 minutes, but shorter than 30. So that 15 to 30 minute range is usually where I try to aim for on videos. And we usually have way more bloopers than what I care to admit, because I just can't fit them in the video. So, and I would love to do something with them. And I might even start by going back through some of our older footage and finding little funny moments here and there that just didn't make it into the actual video. But we can put those on Patreon. On top of that, there's also like times where I spend more time in a vehicle that I'm not during a recording session that I'm not actually trying to record because I die quickly in the vehicle I'm trying to record. So it's like there's some videos that a lot of funny moments get cut out because I just don't want to have a video that isn't of the vehicle I'm trying to record. So like I'm in the Oswin or something, and I die, and it's like, well, now I can't I can't really have a video that is not a video that's supposed to be about the Oswin and doesn't have a whole lot of footage of the Oswin. So, you know, it's a predicament that I have to deal with pretty regularly because I'm not very great at the game. As we have noticed time and time again. And that happens in other videos as well, where it's like, you know, we're trying to do something funny happens, but just circumstances prevents me from having it in the actual video itself. So, you know, Patreon will allow us to show you guys those bloopers and, you know, actually make use of them and share them because, you know, they're funny. And especially because it's Patreon, we aren't subject to YouTube's very strict algorithm and kind of rules in regards to like what you can say and do. So, which is nice. So it gives us a bit more freedom. So you get access to exclusive content with our one and only tier. You get access to that content. On top of that, you will also get a shout out in our end credits that I plan on making for our YouTube videos when we get those Patreon supporters, you guys. So I am pretty much what it would be is I'll put your username at the end of the video. You know, we'll have one of those lists of all of our supporters and what tier you guys are, and it's just our way of saying thank you in every video. On top of that, we are planning on doing XCOM for our series to replace Project Wingman because we finally finished that game. So what that entails is I'm going to be starting by playing Enemy Unknown with the Within DLC, XCOM Enemy Unknown, and from there I'm going to move on to XCOM 2, and then after that probably Chimera Squad because it's within that game series. The only one you might be able to somehow justify me playing in the game series would be the Bureau XCOM Declassified. However, that doesn't really fit in the timeline for the main XCOM games that uh, you usually think of. And that's like a shooter that takes place during the Cold War, and it has like the only real connection it has is the fact that it uses the same model for the sectoids that the sectoids have in Enemy Unknown. And it's just a whole can of worms that I don't want to open right now. um, so we're just gonna skip that because maybe I'll play it at some point down the road, but because I do have it, it's just not that great of a game to be honest. But it's a fun little XCOM game. It's just not one that I would recommend to people who care about how good a game is. I got it on sale, so I'm not entirely heartbroken about having bought it, but anyway, so in XCOM though, you can customize soldiers, change names. In XCOM 2 you can change names. I can't remember how much customization you have in XCOM 1. I can't remember if you can change the name of your soldiers. I think you could, but I could be wrong. It's been a while since I played it. I'm a big XCOM 2 fan, so it's like I play more of XCOM 2, and it's been a while since I've done Enemy Unknown. But if in that case, the idea is I can go in and use Patreon supporters as soldiers in game, which I think would be an awesome way of keeping our Patreon supporters involved and just a little extra bit of shout out to you guys for supporting us. So like I said, $2.50. If you're interested, should have a link down in the description, and hopefully it works because I've never actually done this before. So if it doesn't work, yell at me in the comments saying Connor, you dummy, fix it. um, so with that being said, guys, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment your thoughts, and if you haven't already, please subscribe because that is one of the big things that always helps us. Is new subscribers is always a fun thing to see. Especially when you're this small of a channel. It's always exciting around here when there's even just one new subscriber. So with that, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all on that Patreon page.